Everyone in the stick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here and you're enjoying the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we post videos or go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, there's a link below to our options trading group, also to our Discord. Today I'm going to be talking about the trades that I did today. I guess today was the second biggest day of the year. Dow was up over 500 points. I guess let me bring this over here because Thinkorswim is no longer showing how much these were up. So today we had Dow up 2%, a little bit over 2%. S&P's up 2.15%. 512 points. S&P's almost up 60, and Nasdaq the strongest of them all because it got hit the hardest yesterday. Nasdaq was getting hit hardest with the Justice Department bringing the hammer down on Facebook, Google, Amazon, and this is up almost 3% today, 2.65%, almost 200 points there. So pretty crazy day, and I think the interesting thing today was, they had the second best day of the year. A couple things played a factor. Was China. They said that they said they kind of wanted to make a deal. Mexico's in talks to make a trade deal. However, no deal has been made yet. Just keep that in mind. No deal has been made yet. Also, the Fed has been speaking up today. They said that they're monitoring the economy. If there's a slowdown, they're going to make adjustments. They're going, but however, they didn't say they're going to make rate cuts or do anything fancy like that. They just said that they're going to be making some adjustments. They're monitoring if there's a slowdown. They're going to be making some changes. So it's kind of a weird reaction that the market would be up this much. So just keep that in mind when getting super long. Like if you're getting super long, I just wanted, for myself personally, I'm just going to be careful on what I do because it could get a little crazy. So I'm just going to go through my trades for today. If you have questions, comments, leave them below. I'll definitely read them. I definitely respond to every single comment. I'm up about $70 today. Wasn't huge. End of the day green. It wasn't a huge day for me, but from where I started out, I was down on the day, and we came back up around $77, I think it was. So kind of go through the list here. I traded Facebook. I traded BIDU. I traded GS, and I traded SPY. So let's just walk through some of these trades here. Okay, Facebook. Yeah, well, let me declare this. Okay, so Facebook today I bought the 150 put, the 165 call. Let me bring this up on the middle screen here. I paid $393. I sold it for $494. So a little bit over a 25% win on that. So it was nice. I was going today. Yesterday I was short SPY. I had the I'll cover that in a second. I had the 274 put and the 280 call, and we'll go through SPY in a bit here. But that's why I was down on the day at open and kind of going through that. Sorry, give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm recording with my son in the room, and it's getting a little crazy up in here. He just woke up from his nap, and I'm trying to shoot this video here. So my apologies if this video is a little choppy. So so to go back, I had the $393. I paid $393, sold it for $495. The 150 put, the 165 call. And kind of what I was thinking of, what I liked here is, yes, these guys, Facebook was getting hit super hard yesterday, as you can see, went from 175 all the way down to below 161. So they got the hammer down. On the 1 year chart, what I was looking at here is support and resistance, and as you can see here, I'm actually going to do a video on support and resistance. As you can see here, down at 160. If it broke 160, I was looking at probably going to fill the gap here to 150 or the low 150, so like 152, 151. So if it broke below and it was trending down, definitely easy gap fill right here. So that's why I bought the 150 put. And my target this morning, I can bring this over. Let me bring it over from the Discord. I do post all my trades up in here. So let me bring this over. I said placing a bullish strangle on these down ticks. So at the time, Facebook was trending down, looking to revisit 166, 167 area. However, it breaks down from here, a gap fill will probably occur and it will go down quick. So I placed the 150 put for protection. So I was looking for the 166 to 167. When I put that trade on today, it was going down. It was actually right in here in this bar here. And then it started ripping. So definitely read the chart right. Was playing that 160 support on the 1 year area, and then I sold it. When I sold it was right here at like 166. It went up to like I'm sorry. It was, what time was that? That was, I sold it at 11:32 a.m. Central. So 11:32. We were right in here, and at the time it was looking kind of toppy because we had these wicks here. It went up, came back down, went up, came back down, and then it showed some strength right here. But then this was trending down and was having a hard time at 166. I'm like, all right, it hit my target of 166. I'm not going to get greedy, but to kind of, I would definitely wish that I held it. Let's see how much more that trade would have been worth if I held. So I had June 14th, and as you guys have been noticing, I have been trading a little bit further out. So June 14th, Facebook. June 14th on Facebook. This is another trade I was looking at. So I had the 165 and the 150. So I sold it for $495. It's currently trading at $574. So left $80 on the table. Not bad. Could have made more, but when you're up that much money, when you're up like 25-30% in just a couple hours, and it hits your targets, you kind of have to reevaluate, because the same thing happened to me with SPY yesterday, and then it started going against me today. So that's I'll cover that here in a second as well. Maybe I should cover that next on my activity here. Yeah, let's cover SPY, and we'll go back to the last couple of days on that trade here. So yesterday I actually placed SPY. I had the 274 put, and it was profitable yesterday. Let me get it was profitable at one point yesterday. So I put it on for 313. I took it off for 254. So I lost about $50 on this trade right here. So I had the 274 put for 6 days out, 280 call for protection, and as you can see, protection was triggered. I was losing more money today when it was down in, so we'll take a look at SPY. When it was down, what it was like, when we opened at like 277, I was down like $90. And then it came back up, I was only down 50 or so, and that's why I decided to take it off. The protections were triggered. When a position, like I said many times, when a position goes against me, my protections are triggered. I don't look to make a profit. I look to get kind of close to break even. If I make a little bit of money, great, but really I'm just trying to get that capital back into my account, making sure that I'm just not, bleeding capital and recklessly spending it. So I try to, when those protections are triggered, my original goal was like the 272 area. It did come down to 273 area yesterday. I was up like 10% on it, and then yesterday closed, it just ripped from 272 way up to 275. And the markets were definitely not expecting these type of moves. I mean, Apple, Amazon, Google, Goldman Sachs, all those were up a lot of percentage points. And as you can see here, what was interesting, I guess we should have taken note, like last time it bounced down in this area was like 272 area. That's what I was playing. Maybe that range was a little bit too tight. And when you're looking at support and resistance, you kind of have to look at like around that area, because it may not hit exactly 272. Facebook it worked out where it hit the 160 area and it bounced like it did last time. But in terms of SPY, you gotta be careful here. So it came down here to like the 272 area. Yesterday it did hit 273. So I mean it got pretty close, 273.09, and then it started to rip. After it hit 273.09 yesterday, it went from 273.09 all the way. It closed at like 274.58, and then it kept going up after hours, and then we gapped up pretty large today. So my protections were triggered. I could have made a little bit more money. Let's see what that's worth right now. 274 put, but you don't want to get greedy with it. You don't want to get greedy with your protections. You know, I was up money after I made the money on Facebook. I then closed SPY and I was up money for the day, so I was satisfied. You know, staying green, it's very important. June 10th, I had the 274 put. Ooh, man, only worth 44 cents, and I had the 280. So I could have got my $50 back. So yeah, I closed it out 254. I lost $50. It's currently trading at 303. So I could have made my $50, but like, what's the risk? You know, the risk for me that I was worried about is it was up a lot. I mean, it was almost up 2% at the time. It was like 1.65% or something like that when I took it off. And the issue that happens is, what if it came up and like right around here, it was getting really questionable around the 279 area. Like, it was getting questionable. This could have easily ripped up to 279, pulled back to 277.50. Then went back up. You know, I don't want to risk my capital like that. So that's why I was very conservative. I lost $50. I could have held on, but just so when you're holding on to your position, the longer you hold on to your position, the riskier the position gets. So just keep that in mind. So that's what I had in mind is, okay, I can conserve the capital. I'll get the 250 back into my account. I can allocate it somewhere else. And I did. So let's go into what I did next here. BIDU. So the one thing, actually, before I get into that, the one thing that I did make a point today in the Discord that made me money yesterday. So yesterday, if you watched the live stream, I made pretty good money on Apple from going short Apple. And then today I made good money on Facebook. And the reason, how I made that money was I was identifying stocks that were lagging behind the market. So like yesterday, when the stocks were dropping, like Google, Facebook, Amazon, the tech stocks were dropping, Amazon was still green. So then I put a short position on, knowing it was lagging behind the market. I put a short position on, and then the Justice Department put that report out, and then Apple crashed. And I'm glad that I closed it out, because Apple definitely, that would have been a mess today. You know, Apple was just insane. You know, so I sold it on these red bars here. I got out, you know, with I think it was. Let's look at yesterday Apple. Just real quick. Sorry, don't want to break it away, but this kind of leads into it. So yeah, I bought it for 316 and sold it for 522. So pretty nice, you know, over a 50% gain on that in an hour and a half or so. So really nice. Today I was noticing that the tech stocks were going up, Apple, Amazon, Google, but Facebook was lagging. So what I did was, then that's why I put the long position on. So if you notice certain sectors and certain stocks lagging behind the others, there may be a reason for it, or maybe it's not correlating as closely as the other ones. So that's how I found the opportunity. So I just want to touch base on that real quick before I head into BIDU, because BIDU is another one that I think is potentially undervalued, mainly just because it just is getting hit hard with the tariff war. So I bought the 100 put, the 115 call. I bought it for 17 days out because I wanted to make sure I gave myself enough time, and I bought it for 258. You're like, hey, that's pretty wide. But if you're looking at BIDU over the last year, I mean, it went from 274. It was 100. It reached a low of 106 yesterday, and today it was just ripping. So I did put a bullish position on there. You know, my targets are a push to 120. I have the 115 call. We have enough time for it to work out. So I'm hoping it makes a push from here to 120. I knew this wasn't going to work out in one day. So on that position, I'm currently, I think, down on it. Yeah, I'm currently down like $14 on that position. But, you know, after I put it on, it kind of retreated. Didn't really go down anymore, but the reason why I'm down money on that position, because IV was getting inflated here, and then when it was just kind of hanging out the rest of the day, IV collapsed a little bit, and as you can see here, IV is going down a little bit. So you got to be mindful of that when we had such a down day the last couple of days and we've been shorting so much. just be aware of the IV crush. Even though the stock is going up to where you want to go, IV crush could cause you to lose money. So that's why you want to make sure you're getting a good deal on your options. And then last but not least, Goldman Sachs, I put a position on. I bought the 190 call and the 182.50 put. I just put that position on. I still have it open. I'm up $16 on that. And I was kind of kicking myself because I was thinking yesterday, hey, I should really trade Goldman Sachs. Me and Goldman Sachs, we're definitely buddies. It's one of my better performing stocks. So 182.50 put for 10 days out, 190 call. And I have actually Goldman Sachs down here. Goldman Sachs yesterday hit a low of 180 and it gapped up today to 186 and now after hours is 190. I mean, just insane. And if we look at these, I mean, the market was not expecting this to happen. It just wasn't. I mean, if you're looking at this week's, I mean, these are up 600%, 500%, 420%. I mean, that was insane. And for next week, these are up 200%, 180%. So, I've been trading further out. I've been trading safer. I've been making lesser percentage gains than I normally do, but I've been trading a lot safer, and I feel pretty good about that. Been trading pretty consistently green, and when I have losses, the losses are small, and that's kind of what you're looking for, is to trade safely. If you're taking huge risks, you're going to see big swings in your P&L. You may go up a lot, you may go down a lot, and there's no consistency. You want to kind of have more consistent track record. If you think about it, like, would you rather have someone give you $5 every day for the rest of your life, or would you have someone give you $500, then rip it away, give you $500, then rip it away? It's a lot easier just to make the $5 every day for the rest of your life than have huge swings in your P&L. So, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I'm going to ride this bull train, SPY as well. I think now that we're above 280, a 285 retest. I think it could be a little choppy here, but we could. I think we're definitely going to retest 285 and see what happens. And like I said, you got to be careful because no deal has been made. The Fed's just kind of treading lightly right now, and whatever's been happening in the market, which I think is kind of interesting, is that it's getting the Fed to realize that maybe something's wrong here, which also might lead to an unfair pump in the market. So just be aware of that. The Fed hasn't done anything. Nothing has gone on with the trade wars. They're just talks behind closed doors. We have no idea what's being said. The algos are just reacting the way that they're acting, and probably a lot of short covering today. So just be aware that this news is also very paper thin. I'm not saying go bearish. I mean, my portfolio right now is bullish, but at any time, this could be ripped away from us. Just like it was ripped away from the Bears yesterday, the Bulls are currently in position to win, at least for this week, but they have a little bit of a ways to go. I mean, 285 retest would definitely win it for the Bulls this week, because there's a little bit of catching up. We went from 284 on the SPY down to 273. So it's going to be fun. So if you enjoyed this video, like the content, hit the like button. If you, like I said, hit subscribe if you want to subscribe. And if you want to join the UVH fam, the links are below. Stay safe, stay green. It's always us first, sir.